Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today is the final episode of this what feels like super long series, but I have literally loved every second of doing it. So today what I thought I was going to talk about is kind of bringing everything together and pulling it all together and actually talking about where I see a lot of people going wrong when it comes to getting weight loss results. So when it comes to the first area that I'll talk about, I see a lot of people go wrong when they are actually too strict with themselves. So what happens is basically people come in and they go in with this ultimate goal and they're like, right, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna feel amazing, I have this goal, I'm gonna feel really slender, or I'm gonna feel great in a bikini, or whatever the goal is. And they go, right, I am gonna be super strict. I am going to only eat soup for lunches, cut out all the crap, chocolate, everything is gone. And what happens is they might do a week, 2 weeks, they might even do as long as a month, which is incredible, fair play. But when they do that, they are not going to stick at it for much longer than that, a length of time. Because realistically, think about it, who wants to live a life without chocolate or crisps or a takeaway or going out with friends? Nobody. So when you restrict yourself so much and then you go, you know what, I deserve a treat, I deserve this, and you have a takeaway, after restricting yourself so much, you crave more and then more and more, and then that Friday night where you just had that takeaway turns into Saturday as well, and then Sunday, and ultimately then you have like this bingey weekend that you go, oh god, on Monday you have to get back on track again. So instead of just being strict but giving yourself that allowance here and there, people are too strict, and then the second that they have something naughty, they feel like they've fallen off track. So my advice here would be, let's make sure that you have a treat here and there. So what I would say to clients, for example, is in the week you can have your strict diet, whatever, but I want you to have a chocolate bar in the day, or I want you to save room for that takeaway at the weekend so that you're allowed a takeaway, so that if you feel you want it, you know you can have it. Ultimately, when somebody says you're not allowed this, you're not allowed that, you want it more. It's just life, isn't it? It's like saying don't touch that red button, you want to touch it. That's the way it happens. So by knowing that you're actually allowed it, actually keeps you on track a little bit more. So being too strict with themselves and going in too full on to start with, that's where a lot of people go wrong and they have to restart again constantly, and this is a vicious circle. Number two is they don't move outside of their workouts. So they come to me and they'll say, oh my goodness, like I've been training really hard, and like you might have had this where you've said like, you know what, I've worked super hard, I've been training every single day, or I've been training 5 times a week and I can't see any changes. And it's like, well, okay, great, but what are you doing outside of those sessions? Are you moving your body outside of those sessions, or are you literally just doing that workout and then sitting down for the rest of the day? Maybe you're in an office job and that's the way it has to be, but you need to think about movement outside of these sessions. So getting your steps up, hoovering the house, cleaning, things like that, moving your body, walking to the shop rather than going in the car, and making sure that you're actually burning more energy through movement around those workout sessions. Because realistically, those workout sessions might be burning 200, 300, 400, 500 calories. That's it. Whereas when you move throughout the day, you could be burning 300, 400 extra calories from that. The next part is actually maybe you eat more than you think you are. So you might be saying, you know what, my diet's pretty good, I'm pretty strict. So number one where this goes wrong is people are really strict in the week, but actually at the weekend it's like carnage. They'll have whatever they want, whenever they want. And that is in itself is throwing off the week. It's throwing all the numbers out, because at the weekend you're just going crazy and you're splurging. Or it might be that actually you're not a secret eater in a sense, but you're kind of kidding yourself. So I do it sometimes. I look back at my day and I'm like, okay, I just had this and I just had some chicken and rice and then I had a yogurt, but actually, oh crap, I forgot those 3 biscuits that I had after dinner, and I forgot those 2 chocolate bars that I had when I was out on a walk. So actually, are you being honest with how much you're eating. And if you really sit down and think about it, are you thinking about things like alcoholic drinks? Are you thinking about oil in food? Are you thinking about your sauces? Are you thinking about fizzy drinks? All of that adds up. So actually, are you eating more than you think you are? And are you as on track as you think you are? Are you doing it for a long enough period? So a lot of people will do something for 2 weeks and then they look in the mirror and they go, oh, I'm not seeing any results. And they give up because they're not seeing any results, or they start doing the next week half-heartedly because they're annoyed at themselves because they've been putting in loads of work for 2 weeks and they're not seeing changes. Number one, of course you're not going to see changes in the mirror. We criticize ourselves day in, day out. So why are we going to give ourselves credit by looking in the mirror? You have to track your results in a different way. So make sure that you're tracking your results. But also, 2 weeks probably isn't a long enough period. If you're tracking results properly and you're doing the right thing, over a couple of weeks you'll start seeing changes. But if you just look in the mirror after 2 weeks, you are not going to see those results. So one here is make sure you're actually tracking your results, and that's where I see a lot of people go wrong. And also two, it is be accountable for a long enough period. Know that in 2 weeks you're not going to have your ideal physique. You're not going to be exactly where you want to be. Give yourself enough time to get to where you need to be. Another area that I see people go wrong in is, are they doing the workouts at a high intensity? Are they doing the right workouts for them? And are they enjoying the workouts? Now, if you're not enjoying your workout, you're not going to do it on a rainy day. You're not going to put a lot of effort in it. Also, are you doing the right workout for your goals? If you want to tone up, build muscle, have bigger glutes, and all you're doing is going on 5k runs, that's not right for your ideal goal. You need to be doing weight training. You need to know what to do exercise-wise to build those muscles to feel defined, have bigger glutes. So are you actually doing the right workout? And if you are, is it different each time? Are you progressing it? Because if you do the same workout day in, day out, you are not going to get the results that you want. So in regards to putting this all together and actually making sure that people do get weight loss results, I think the top tips here are, number one, set a really, really, really specific goal and track your results doing it. When I say track your results, I mean take pictures. I mean have a clothing goal. I mean don't just look in the mirror. Don't just take scale weight. Take pictures, see visual changes, and do it every single week and keep yourself accountable. Number two is look into your food, look into your diet. Are you sticking to a meal plan through the week and then at the weekend falling off it? Are you tracking calories and thinking about things like oils, sauces, fizzy drinks, things like that? Are you actually being honest with yourself, or are you kidding yourself about how much you're eating? Is your diet going alongside the workouts that you're doing? The next bit is, are you doing the right workouts for your goals? For example, we're trying to get weight loss. We need to make sure that we're mixing up our workouts. If you're constantly just running, then you're going to burn out, or you're not going to see the tone changes that you might want to see because you've not built that muscle definition. So make sure that you're doing the right workouts. And finally, the last part is make sure that you do it for a long enough period. If you tell yourself you're going to lose a stone in a month and you've got no plan of action, no way of going about it, you're not going to get there, and you're putting way too much pressure on yourself. And even if you did have a really good plan of action, that's a lot of weight to lose. So be realistic with yourself. This whole series gives you advice, tips on mindset, food, it gives you workouts to try, and it talks you through everything. So if you've not already watched it, go back, watch it, learn things, because the more that you know, the more enjoyment you're going to get out of it, the more you're going to know why you're doing certain things. I have loved doing this series, so thank you so much if you've joined me every week for an episode, and don't you worry, there will be regular content on my YouTube from now on. So thank you so much for joining me. Can't wait to see you again in my next video. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and I will see you in my next video.